The much trumpeted Section 108 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991 deals specifically with the provisions of Section 108 and no other section. Section 108 subsection 2 only seeks to provide clear guidelines for the enactment of a new constitution, which definitely is not the case right now. To invite all of us to the specific nature of this section, that is 108, the drafters constantly deploy the word this. Example, Section 108, subsection 1 and 2 provide us. Subsection 1, subject to the provision of this section, my emphasis, subject to the provision of this section, Parliament may alter this constitution. 2, a bill for an amendment of Parliament, a bill for an act of Parliament under this section shall not be passed by Parliament unless. I am therefore to state without attempting to go vernacular that this section means Section 108, subsection 1, Section 108, subsection 2, Section 108, subsection 3, and up to Section 108, subsection 9, and no other sections. Since none of the provisions requiring a 2/3 vote for their amendment or alteration are to be found in the Constitution of Sierra Leone Amendment Bill 2025, I rule that this House will revert to the provisions in Section 91, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone as per.
That's now the Speaker of the House of Parliament, Speaker Singapore Thomas, as the ruling as to the decision for the Constitutional Amendment Bill being there before the House of Parliament. The question again, that the Constitutional Amendment Bill of 2025, as Parliament got it right. So again, at the studio, 2 members of Parliament will help you to understand and answer this question. I'll start off with you for obvious reason, Honorable Usman Timbo. But before I ask you the question, as the APC party regrets for left the well when this decision came out of Parliament?
We cannot regret to have left the hall for a decision we take deliberately. Now the circumstance we prevail at the time, 9 lead for Meku Common. The timing of it, we feel was right. What we be aim for achieve, or what we be aim for understand at the time, we understood it. That there were 96 members of Parliament in that well, which is not 2/3 of the total composition of Parliament. So there was no regret that actually the APC take. In fact, we all know that it's part of parliamentary practice. It's part of parliamentary procedure for people to walk out. It is permitted. One way how you express your dissension in Parliament is for walkout. Another way is for filibuster. Another way is for do any kind of thing. We don't see parliaments where people fight. We don't see parliaments where then it disrupts the meeting from start to finish, the sitting from start to finish. So what we did was not unprocedural. It is accepted, and we have no regrets for doing what we do for the defense of the democracy and constitutionality of this nation.
Constitutional amendments, now one way, fundamentally, now a serious matter, because now one way they interpret the supreme will of the people. But you think Parliament's getting right at this particular moment?
I think just the words we use. I think a similar words them also the Speaker used. They say in a very serious matter, in a supreme law. So for me, I meant supreme law. I don't really say this a couple of times. In fact, Honorable Mohamed Bangoa said that the Constitution is a boyfriend and girlfriend document. In every nation, the Constitution is the biggest law. If you're able to amend the Constitution with just a wave of a hand, or with a simple majority, then you set a very dangerous precedent in this nation. Anybody can bring a bill now, the worst bill you imagine. If it's not covered by the specific sections where the Speaker mentioned, so, then anybody can change anything inside that law. And so you tell me, what is the difference then between the Constitution, we call the biggest law, and just an ordinary bill of Parliament when they come for maybe sectoral or whatever it is? Tell me the difference. In your ordinary understanding now, if Mr. Speaker go and talk, say, you can, by simple majority using section 91, we say votes in parliament have to be by simple majority. Even in the ordinary man's estimation, even in the ordinary man's thought process, he go know say that thing they not correct. And they set a very dangerous precedent for winning this nation. How can you say this is not the biggest law, not the most supreme, not the biggest, not the Bible, not the Quran of the nation? There's anybody who get that what's not in the majority or the partner of the changer? Come on.
We will for try for when make the public understand the difference between or the interplay between section 91 of the Constitution and 108, where now the two sections where don't bring about this ola balance, it has to do with interpretation. But Honorable Emerson Lamina, the speaker in decision and not one way being on back, but why you think that the right decision at this particular moment?
Thank you very much. No matter what one may say, speaker, I can refer to in decision as a coin decision. You turn on wrong side, it corrects. You turn on good side, it corrects.
Why is that the case?
Very simple. Section 108, when my brother, they actually delve on that's demanding 2/3 cannot be denied in any case. They're talking of 2/3. The question is, did we get 2/3 on that day? Definitely yes. The question is, simple majority. Did we get it on that day? The question is yes. How? I will tell you simple. You know, as they discuss the action of the All People's Congress on that day, it gave me a very strong reminiscence of former presidents, Dr. KOROMA, in mimicking of certain set of MPs many months. So MPs, I turn out what workouts. That MP, if fasting workouts, definitely people don't go work out from you on that day. At the state that I see the All People's Congress. Working out on a very serious, sacred documents.
But is it not provided for?
I'm coming. Now rituals, now practice, definitely. But on that day, I mean a very serious moment. We're going for tell on generation yet unborn. Most youths are not 35 years. We are talking of a 35-year document, the Constitution. For talk about an amendment on that day. Most youths, they are not at 35, they are not been 110 a document where they try for amend. For day with the times, for future generation, even though they are not born it. What the speaker rule on that day, I make our next speaker in teach at the end of the day. He said, I destroy to Supreme Court for their opinion. It's very simple. Section 91, it tells you about simple majority, clause by clause. A piece of will not come out. More so, they don't start the beginning of the process. The beginning of the process, along the line, after a longer quorum, then come out and say, oh, this is a decoy, that be a big trap, where they fall inside. They would not have even started the whole process. Why did they start the process along the line? Voice collection, don't jump. Second reading, go to third reading, to committee stage. At the middle of the battle, he said, no, we are getting out. Simple majority, been clear, because like clause by clause, I'm coming. I just want to leave my premise. And clause by clause, we do on, we require simple majority, not to the whole bill at a time. I wish they had stayed. But let us take notes. If now 2/3 the SLP get 2/3, how did they get 2/3? This is a secret. The SO 44.4 tells you, say, if an MP travel, whether on sick leave or you go out, you take an official leave of the speaker and the clerk. Definitely the speaker can rule that they can be cut off from the 149. From the 149 total of parliament, the entire parliament. You're talking of 14 parliament chief members of parliament. You're talking of 81 SLPP. You're talking of 54 APC. On that day, the APC, of course, even before speaker announced, and let me not say 3 of the members are not there. But unfortunately, they go take official leave of the speaker. So check out. Whether it is 2/3 or whether it is simple majority, the speaker got it right. How? Got that right.
Now ask.
There you go. So 149.
I asked how, in tandem with the provisions in sections 108 and 91, as per the interpretation where the speaker gave the prepositions in those two sections.
The speaker is so wise. He said, let me throw it to Supreme Court for an opinion. How? 49 APC. 97 on that day, even the paramount chief member of parliament will be so sick.
But the speaker make them very clear saying ruling not to be on 2/3 majority. They make them clear.
The speaker say this rule at the Russo is very clear. Whether it is on simple majority, whether it is on 2/3, let the Supreme Court get an opinion. How? So one point of correction about my brother also, 97 MPs them in the present, not to 96. Even the sick paramount chief member of parliament, that lady ambulance Kamuta, wheelchair, he came to actually exercise in franchise on that day. So now check now 97 votes. You're now checking 97 votes as opposed to 49. You check 2/3 of her. It's very clear. So make a talk say, 2 coin judgments. Whether it's on simple majority, the speaker got it right. Whether it's on 2/3, the speaker got it right. If you check 2/3 of 49 and 97 on that day, definitely 97 they get. So equals to 2/3. And the unfortunate part here is the MPs will be absent from the APC. They took official, they are on record from the speaker as well as to the clerk, official leave from the speaker. That automatically don't make them the link outside. The speaker is checking record now. He will not check that 149 but 146 now because of the 3 absentees.
Honorable Usman Abdel Timbo, I think you share the opposite opinion as to waiting Honorable Emasinamina. They say by the looks of things, as the parliament was at that moment, even if you have been there and get 2/3 majority.
I like my brother. You know why? He's somebody who's faced injustice himself. And but we're quick to forget. We're very quick to forget. Like myself, we don't suffer. So I feel so for them at that position where when these things they happen, we feel like we were in the same situation. Lord not allow they repeat again. We can make the most educated excuses and justifications now. But posterity will judge when we don't feel on first hand. So we have to be careful. I'll tell you for certain that on that day, the 97th person in the first place never came. Video evidence, everything, there's nothing. You saw ambulance came to that place. The sick man, who they talk about, do you know where he is? I'll ask them to answer that. Until they show that evidence that man was not in that parliament. That's one, but it doesn't even make any difference. The other thing with it, okay, so instead of arguing all these numbers, one thing we're not in contention first to them. Now that section 108, then they say the vote require 2/3. That's what they all say. No one is denying that, 2/3. Neither can talk so. All like arguments of 97, or this person, the 3 will be absent, the excuse, blah, blah, blah. So they show you, so they self no say, they need 97. In the votes and proceedings of the day within a parliament at 2 o'clock in the morning, when you look at where they pass the second reading and do them by the collection of voices, and the only way how they get that 2/3 is there in the records on page 16, where they say, it's 146, the question was put, and everybody answered in the affirmative, and there was no dissenting voice. And by that is 146 million of parliament, and they voted in the affirmative by collection of voices. That means they don't get the 2/3 required. So in then your votes and records of votes and proceedings, parliamentary record of votes and proceedings, they stated it 2/3 required for second reading in their votes and proceedings. When you come to the third reading now for pass the law, second reading, I've already come off from the second reading for council committee stage, third reading. Not over pass the law. Then if I can do the nitty-gritties clause by clause, you say you need 2/3. You self-talk and you vote and proceedings. Only for make you come for pass the law now. The speaker said, no, you don't need 2/3. Now simple majority under section 91. Forget about 108. The speaker tell us, say, this not apply. It not apply. So long not talk about 108 self in the speaker in your own decision.
Timbo, as a lawyer, what do you think be applicable in that particular case?
That's what I think.
What do you believe say be applicable?
There's only one part in this constitution. We talk about alteration of the constitution. Like I said in other interviews this morning, when you even do contracts, for instance, termination clause, now one inside there. Force majeure clause, now one inside there. We want to talk about condition precedents, now one inside the FENA. We want to look at the obligations of the, for instance, the buyer, the responsibilities of the seller. Now clause then and did, and everything they by section and divide them. You know, go say, because they talk about force majeure on one side, something happen on another side, you say no, force majeure, thing the way they on this side, you not apply to the entire document or just that half side. Every document, including the Constitution, it tell you waiting for happen if you are for amend them. 90 days. When you go to the back of this Constitution, it goes in a called transitional provisions. When you want to talk about transition, at the end of the go. When you want to talk about how you deal with the executive, now you get your own part. The judiciary, the legislature, they all get their own part separately. So when you want to talk about amending the Constitution, altering the Constitution outside there, that's section 108. And what we do so that day, the effects of what we do are for amend this Constitution. So if the Constitution don't tell you, say me, where you want change me, where you want change is, where you want change a, where you want change comma, now so if for pass for change me. You they change and now you say no, not so. Another not so how you show me for change you, they change you. Now the any other way I want for use. That is exactly the ordinary interpretation of what we talk about. However, me a lawyer, the Speaker of Parliament is a lawyer. Luckily, now me and in the same class from year 1, 2, done law school. The same night we became a lawyer. He get opinion, I have my opinion. Like I say, or in the what's the level they do yesterday, they say Parliament or no court can inquire into the decision of Parliament. But let's not forget 794. Then talk about procedures of Parliament. Now procedures, they cannot inquire into the procedures of Parliament in this same court. In another case, they tell them, okay, if I smart them, the courts don't decide, say, the courts actually go into the procedures of Parliament and tell Parliament, say they were wrong. So presidents then nobody will threaten you that you cannot go to court. And me, I'm telling you now, my mind is made up. I have consulted with my party and we are going to court on this for interpretation.
Honorable Emasil Lamina, the question at this moment is, was it an alteration Parliament do on the Constitution, or was this bill that has just been enacted, this bill where Parliament passed, is it a new bill where differ from what's in the Constitution? Taking into cognizance the provision in 108.
Definitely, Parliament being sought for an amendment where both parties, SLPP and APC, and we're really happy for this process to start. But a few things you got to correct from your brother. Technology, you know, make it very simple today. It's been very clear. He will confirm to me, say, none of the SLPP members of Parliament will be absent. True or false? You can also confirm, say, two patriotic, I want to give tribute to them. I'm talking of Honorable Thompson and Honorable Mohamed Bangura, who stood, these are patriots, for national interest, who stood, say, look now, technology.
And Mohamed Bangura represented the APC during the consultation as the leader.
So that I'm just correct. Therefore, so they deny 96 or 97, 97 Paramount chief members of Parliament.
Because there was one way coming and gets bandage and whatever.
Definitely.
Oh,
so no.
My hand began the bandage.
No.
You see how I come in?
No. You're talking of Honorable Amansari. Definitely they get accidents. They come in. That tells you no.
SLPP man.
An SLPP man, no.
Where the Paramount chief
the Paramount chief, it's very clear. All the members, all the it's clear.
I covered the event.
Theo, I just want to ask. Did you see ambulance? Did you see a wheelchair?
This clear.
Yes, honorable, make submission.
This is very clear. So whether the figures were actually planning,
clear to who?
Whether the figures were actually cooked or not, video pass, you see video. You know, for the dignity of, I'm coming, Samuel, for the dignity of Paramount Chief Member, all get respect for, you know, he's unwell, you know, go put her at the phone, look at him for camera. When company will testify, it's not lie. The figures were very clear. 97, Timoyaki attest.
So what?
that 97 people
They counted it was 96.
Not even 130. You are talking of 96 on first rounds. The very rounds for vote for the actual constitution, 97. It's very clear. The clerk, with the integrity the clerk gets, it cannot lie. It's very clear. No one will be labor on that.
Okay.
Whether I wish the APC could have stayed, actually. They would have verified for themselves, even if they would have stayed, but then see, they would have testified for themselves to true one. The people are determined. Imagine, this is a law. Time we also come up from making this law for this is a law that both the APC, whether tripartites or come in constitutional reports or Peter Tucker in constitutional report, these are laws we have all been glad for come with. Only for they can pass on little thing. On 2/3, on simple majority, which the speaker gets right. Then make you see a speaker, it's so wise, I tell you, he push her into the Supreme Court. Say, Supreme Court, where are you? You can have your opinion on this matter. But whether on simple majority or on the 2/3, the speaker got it quite correct. So at the end of the day, you don't even struggle for the Supreme Court to judge the matter.
Let's say
talk of force majeure, I glad it so much. Nobody can actually call for force majeure. That can be very natural or supernatural. You cannot judge it at agreement day. That can be very natural or supernatural. That is it. From the point of view, many pass many agreements where enforced mature can appear in all of the agreements. We are very aware that you cannot make it. It can be supernatural, it can be natural.
No,
you just have to.
No, but you're totally missing the point. I'm just saying the force majeure. No.
I'm clear on the point.
No, you're not. So I'm just saying.
I'm very clear on the point.
Even in agreements.
Even in
every
agreement.
section go to they deal with. There's a section on force majeure, there's a section on governing law, there's a section on conditions precedents, there's a section on responsibility.
That is on force majeure now. When we are you two,
talk about force majeure.
When we are you two, not okay making. It can be gone on.
I'm not asking for explanation force
natural.
majeure. Mean.
Right. No, I don't want to tell you.
Okay, so you understand.
Definitely.
Yes. So
I'm not a lawyer. I'm a development educationist. Tell me, I'm very polyvalent in all. Whether law, whether technology, whether science, I'm just polyvalent as a development educationist.
It is very clear from the submission of Honorable Usman Timbo, say the APC, after the non-get consultation, then they go to court, then they go to court.
They did bad. And they did very bad to the people of Sierra Leone. I thought a disservice. To the people of Sierra Leone, these are the people of Sierra Leone, they voted for these members of parliament. Come to parliament, sit and represent us. They disappointed Sierra Leoneans on that day. Oh, I wish the anxium of President Former and by KOROMA will come. Say that MP they are, when they like walkouts, when they like boycott the people, one day the people will boycott them. And not fight again. The people of Sierra Leone, because of this disservice, so they don't play to them, so they will definitely boycott the APC party.
I ask you one question we get for do with if whether na either amendments or alteration, you say na amendments parliament may decide for do, but now the speaker don't refer to the Supreme Court for give their opinion.
For an opinion.
For give their opinion as to the ruling with me. Let's say the outcome from the Supreme Court now one way overturn the speaker in ruling. What in this go mean for you party the SRP?
Well, very interesting that this arm of government I belong to, now the legislative, I make the law. Who interprets this? The judiciary, that is their own role. You want me to interfere in the role of the judiciary? No, I cannot. But I will tell you for true, the speaker is so wise, and he emphasizes that so much. Why he was so wise? I tell you, say, on the ruling, whether on simple majority, we're very clear, 91, subsection 1C, on clause by clause, you don't need a 2/3, you need simple majority. Samuel, you get that clear? And whether you come to 108, 802, on the 2/3, the speaker just got it right. Let me say, on these two, the SLPP got it all right, but you, this arm of government, when a judiciary, for good and respect, for good and bed, let me hear your opinion on this matter, and within 3 months, and as I mentioned again, within 3 months, let me hear your opinion. But the Speaker Thomas, emphasis on whether simple majority, on whether 2/3, they got it all right. It's very clear. The numbers spoke for themselves.
The Speaker
spoke for themselves.
The Speaker referred to Section 108 of the Constitution as the most competent at this particular moment. But I mean, just want to read the provision of the Constitution and see what similarly so on a standing other way now in the Bible and Parliament say, as it's standing order 44(3), what he say with regards 108. Just for let the public able understand. He say, subject to the provisions of this section, Parliament may alter this Constitution Parliament may alter this constitution. Subsection 2 say, a bill for an act of Parliament under this section shall not be passed by Parliament unless, before the first reading of the bill in Parliament, the text of the bill is published in at least 2 issues of the Gazette, provided that not less than 9 days shall elapse between the first publication of the bill in the Gazette and the second publication, and a bill. And the bill is supported on the second and third reading by the votes of not less than 2/3 of members of Parliament. Similarly, so I see now standing order 44(3), it say, a bill for an act of Parliament to alter provisions of the Constitution shall pursuant to paragraph B of subsection 2 of the entrenched section of 108 of the Constitution requires to be supported on the second and third reading by the votes of not less than 2/3 of all members of the House. I've been just trying to follow and help the public understand what's the rationale of this provision, most of we appear in the Constitution, and similarly so, it didn't understand in order. What's been the rationale? Which one I think not been the kind of the mind of the lawmakers
we've explained it. You've asked, and everybody don't make reference to the Speaker, yourself, myself, him, calling it the ground norm. These are the biggest law, right? You know, we'll change the biggest law like I did change any other law. That's the only rationale. When something is really strong, it's really serious. Imagine state of emergency. They say 2/3. The Auditor General, they audit everybody, they say 2/3. In fact, they say of members present. When you want to sack Chief Justice, when you want to sack President, or you want to pull President or Vice President, for instance, you talk about 2/3. So, you know, these are very serious matters. You know, they take the Constitution, you look and like say, not just toilet paper. Would they use them and dump anyhow one for one? This is the biggest law. So you don't even need to struggle for no rationale. But beyond that, I'll tell you how the decision was flawed. The Speaker gave a ruling, he said 108 not apply. Nah. He said 91 might apply. But look, ask, what happened through the process? Look, 108. The first way then for now waiting.
Honorable, give me constitution.
No.
The first way then for do. A bill for an act of Parliament under this section shall not be passed by Parliament.
Rogers.
A. He said before the first reading of the bill in Parliament, the text of the bill is published in at least 2 issues of the Gazette. You remember the argument they will be get? But yes, they say that waiting and do. Then say publish on 210, not also. That means that under them they try for bringing them under 108. Provided that not less than 9 days shall elapse between the first publication of the bill in the Gazette and the second publication. So you get that?
Sure.
So then say they don't do
Come with me, Constitution. Come with me, Constitution, quick. Come down, quick.
Not so? Okay. Then the second one, B. Then say the bill is supported on the second and third readings by the votes of not less than 2/3 of the members of Parliament. We did it say 2 o'clock in the morning. What do you feel so be do the first net? All that debate will be get. You know a second reading that? That was second reading. On there. Then afterwards, you go to and call the third reading. We'll be
Come with me, Constitution, quick.
Clause by clause. Not so? So that means say under this same, waiting this section say so. Now we don't pass to first, then publish an Gazette 2 term. Afterwards, then do first reading. No, then do second reading. We will all debate. Then get 2/3. Then in the votes and proceedings. Then do third reading. If not be ordinary bill, you know, a committee stage number to go 1 term. Then pass them by simple majority. That shows that the bill is simple. But why, if this section not apply, this section which the Speaker say not apply, but why now you use? You go 1, you publish the Gazette 2 term. You go 2, you do the second reading, then do all the reading till 2 o'clock in the morning, we vote. By collection of voices, they get 146 people. And the right say they don't get 2/3. It not done though. If now other bill, they don't pass up. It come back to the third reading. only for me the speaker say this now, not to this apply. So why did you follow all the processes in here? Tell the people, why did you follow the processes in 108? But when you rule, you say, no, 108 not apply. Now 91 apply. I know they talk more on this. I left hand to the people for let them judge. The one they will not go school. The one they will in the corner, they no more. When no one day see this constitution, I left hand to them. Okay, you say you don't do this. This thing say you do this. That's so you for worker. You don't work that way day. You don't continue to the end. When you reach the end, I say no, not so that road day for pass. Now that road for pass. When you don't reach to the end. How does that work? Let somebody explain to me. Let me justify that for me.
Yeah, Honorable Hemasin, which are you submission to this one?
Samuel, my brother Timbo, they miss a great opportunity, a very great opportunity. I wish they may actually be in the chambers of parliament from the beginning to the end of the process. They forget privilege for objects, each and every moves the speaker actually take on that day. It's very clear. You know, they put the card before the horse because we know very well. I'm coming, Simon, if you can give me time.
Shall give you.
We don't know very well. That
say the APC get for 1 hour.
That definitely work out has been the best bet and strategy they ever want to. But they did it on the very wrong time. Why did they even start? Why did they even start the process? I didn't chap. Big time chap. Look at 91. And this process will be 91-1. Are you there? Is it except otherwise?
I didn't 91, but I'll be asking first for one. I'll be asking for 108.
Yeah,
because okay, no problem. Great.
Now this process will be still there. Now the process of looking at the very bill account for amendments. The bill account for amendment by clauses with me and them. What will be required? The following wait. All with this agreement or agreement all day, law arrive. It's becoming so wise by sticking pins to controversial things they will all meet up by. What did 91 say? It's very clear. It says, except as otherwise provided in this constitution.
Well, hold it there.
I'm coming.
No, what's that except say?
Exception.
What's the exception?
Exception is that's not for this reason. That this exception, that this condition, you go apply all sides, like many rules, like in English language, there are exceptional rules.
Okay.
Even though European until we, home in the primary school, there's any vowel letter, just begin out and. But for using European, you cannot say an European.
So wait, say
European.
Say
as well as university, even though not you stand with vowel, the exception I can now explain to you now. Even though university, you will begin with university. Well, it's a vowel in the statute, but you cannot say an university. Now a university will call them. These are the exceptions. Exception very clear. Section 29 was quoted copiously. You can't say like war. We are going to war.
So 108 is an exception.
I'm coming. We are going to war.
An exception because
I don't tell Timbo say whether it was 2-3 majority used. SFP won the vote on a clean slate. Whether it was majority used at the reach now on 91-1 win, SFP win that he won that vote on clean slate, both applicable. Listen very well. Except. Then the exception I tell you now.
Don't ask which section we apply for amend constitution. Don't ask that simple question.
108.
On 108. So let's go there. Let's go there.
Where are we? Now the constitution as a whole been amend on a clause by clause will be there.
Now the constitution will be amend.
Simple. Now the amend. Now clause by clause will be there. At that particular moment, we don't begin 1. We don't begin 33. 32-3, 33 subsection 2, and the argument stop, and they begin, and they end for the APC.
So
such a nomination committee.
That is it. That is stop. We don't even go other places. You know what? I may give submission, I give time.
Let's go.
I give me submission.
Go on.
I give time, I give liberty.
Go on.
That is it. Look, I don't tell you about the exceptional rules then. Right? Here we go. It's except as otherwise provided in this constitution, any question proposed for decision in Parliament shall be determined by a majority of the votes of the members present and by voting. It is very clear. Ask Simboba, why is it that commercial secondary will come will be accepted by voice by collection? The SO46 tell me very clear. If I'm not satisfied by voice by collection, even though, well, with all respect, I'm come Samuel, with all respect to the deaf is very clear. Say the aye be very loud past the nay. Yet, the request for voting. No, we're not denying.
Which is provided for in the rules.
Provided by law.
which is provided for by the standing orders.
46. We're not denying. It is provided for by law. You stood.
Honorable.
I don't can't tell about the numbers we get SLPPR. I don't can't deny back. But you get video, you get camera, you get people, journalists, we need on day. You see the numbers. You don't give it by city.
Honorable.
You see the man on a stretcher.
Emerson Namina, the question here is, you don't read section 91 of the Constitution. We say voting in Parliament.
No, we don't count the entire periods.
Well,
forget that.
They're not out.
On a pass the bill.
What's the issue here? What's the House been looking into?
Definitely amendment of the whole bill. No, we even reach it.
Amendments of the bill get February 20.
Ultimately, did you do it? Did you amend the bill?
See, but where are you?
Did you amend the Constitution?
The people of Sierra gave you the opportunity.
Did you amend?
Stay. Definitely. The bill being passed.
Okay, fine. So how then pass another 91 or 108?
So wise. It's all right. You cannot interpret by decision. Let me hear your opinion on Supreme Court. No, I get it right.
So,
by law.
Samuel.
So where are you going?
The speaker, who say amend the Constitution? Who's the law use? Ask him. Now 91 or 108, which one? You don't see this clip now. Where they play. And the speaker was unequivocal. That's now 91, section 91, now apply to this.
Samuel,
that's what you say.
It's very clear. Whether it is 2/3, the SLP got it clean. Did you get it? Let me ask you a question. Did we get 2/3 or
no?
Not? Huh?
No.
You might be mistaken. Where were you? Simple arithmetic.
I was in jail.
49, I assume.
Yeah, I was.
49 as opposed to 97 votes. Check 2/3 out of her. How much is the number? It was very clear.
Honorable.
Whether it was by 2/3, the SLP won the votes. Or whether by simple majority, the SLP won the vote.
So, but on,
the process, Samuel, actually wish the APs would have stayed for see the process in ending. But we know very well the best strategy for them on that day, it was by let's walk out, let's boycott. You did this. What are the service you did to the people of Sierra Leone?
So move for, okay.
What are the service you did to the people of Sierra Leone? Samuel,
beyond
those laws, let me count those laws. Did the APC at one time or the other, these are the questions that should come out now, agree to those laws at a time? What did a lot of words seek for? I'm coming. What did a lot of words seek for amend? What seeks the law amend? 32(3), even very clear. What seeks the law amend? 55 threshold for be president or 50% for be president. What such that? It's most of the bad laws there. We also say a bad and constitution. Then we all agree to. But you will notice at the time again, the APC, they begin shift position. See where they may not sign to, they may not believe. They write, it is clear signature of one lesser person, on one mean man, with the greatest respect to Pa F.O. Yansane. Who said in signature, tick, dates, grinding for. Only at the chamber now, in representation, and begin shift position for man.
So you see why
I'll be going on that. These are things we all not agree to, whether in the tripartite documents, Samuel, or we sit in the chamber don't agree to. I happy so much because in most of the laws, we get synergy, we share synergy, it was so good. But these are very things that we not agree to. We believe in NTSA. Why now? It's like somebody go market, make it food. I'm coming. Cook fine sandwich. The time for carrying, I say, no, I ain't shop again. That is just what the APC.
You see, this narrative with them people are the create these SLPP guys.
We are not guys, we are very honorable men.
Well, I say guys, my colleagues.
Are very honorable
these SLPP colleagues.
And you also are
yes. What I say guys,
for a better word, you are not a guy, I'm a very gentleman.
These SLPP, my friends, my friends on the other side, the SLPP, my friends on the other side. This narrative when they create, now for just sell a bad picture, the bill, the first clause we did it, we seek for amend section 32. How did they appoint the electoral commissioner?
Such a nomination
committee. And the first clause we did it. If these guys are talking about agreements, they might tell us, we're not left for blowouts now the two sides of una mouth. One thing you say now we change. But the first clause we agree on, such a nomination, the first person will team up on their side, now I go against them. The first person, then a Honorable Marie Conte, he said they don't want him. Let we define consult. He also debated. He said the same thing, others said the same thing. So if you say you want point finger for APC and APC change, now you change the first thing with the inside the bill. Ask them, if we then pass the bill, then put such a nomination committee.
Okay, come.
Now they argue.
Okay.
Now they argue. Say we left the well at the time when they discussed such a nomination. Yes. Now that's when we left because they argue. Say that such a nomination will agree on. No, they don't want her. How can you come? You feel say we are fools. You come, you say no. Even though we don't agree on this, we don't want her. Then you want us to stick by what we say. When we know, and don't go change what we need that tripartite recommendations. Ebo. Now for the people in
Simon, where are we going? Simon, I think I deserve to clear this point.
No, you go clear.
No, I deserve to clear this point.
Yeah, clear.
One, let you know say, whosoever change, you me and you two know say, now only me and you two, section 105, give the authority for make laws. So where are we coming from? Now me and you two, so whosoever then change, me and you two. You know very well say such an you know that in me and you know such a nomination been very clear. Come on, the most sought after and sought out consultative forum where the people of Sierra Leone get. I'm coming somewhere, only peace. I'm talking of 120,000 consulted people. The document come at the end of the day. It's very clear in Kawan report that 32 subsection 3 let it stay because we realize not even before Kawan, I beg your pardon, even Carpenter, I'm talking of Peter Tucker in reports after going all throughout. So me read them, and when I read, I said, well, but still, you don't feel the threshold for the change. The people they drafted and want the wise. Section 61 give president the power for create offices for appoints, for hire or fire, like you don't do one of them days or so, right? So bringing it, you are getting the thing just confused. I'm talking of you are bringing organization then it's such an organization. What to make the SAPC and say confusion will come. Why you want to get interreligious and we're so organized and so peaceful, you want to go put war among them. Say when I do one person, the Muslim will say, hey, now we this time around, the Christian will say, hey, now we this time around. You don't have confusion. Very organized people then. Some I admire, like the youth representation, there is a statutory body called the Youth Commission. The Youth Commission Act and watch. Wow, the women. I admire Togo for one thing, then get Ministry of Women and Grassroots. What I'm going to Togo, I see that minister say, what did they? So very clear. But in Sierra Leone, the women forum will say, why not we? Why not we? You are creating more confusion where you know wherever reach us. So now the SIPP look very clear now. We'll say if two solid reports they will go countrywide, one Peter Tucker, two Edmond Cowan, the report they recommend let it stay. Even President honored by KOROMA in white paper, let it stay. So say I say not fulfill the threshold for changing it now. You go spend a long time for bring politics among sacred body then. So it be very clear.
Always they do so.
It be very clear.
Now for confirm say, now in justifications and this on why they change.
Fine. You go.
So you agree on a change.
It be very clear.
So you agree on a change.
We say and say if well of
parliament. You agree on a change.
No, I respect tripartite. They agree on and say they get such a but with all respect to tripartite.
You agree on a change.
You know tell me say by agree on change.
No, you
me and you two. Me and you two. Don't get power for make law.
Oh, yeah.
Section 108. Section 73. Parliament may make law for the peace.
Yeah.
Why I'm for being confusion?
So why?
Listen very well. Parliament may make law 73. Parliament may make law for the peace, for the order. Now I tell you for the peace.
Now who calls for the answer name?
I stand a man in the APC.
Now who called this name? Now member of parliament.
What you go speak in Pekin and then go ahead. Section 173. 3. Parliament may make law for the peace, for the order, and for good governance. Among the interreligious body. That is it.
So now they make this law.
That is it as their recommendation.
But now you are saying these people are not lawmakers, not parliament organization.
Now it's issue now. So we get the opportunity. When they represent the largest constituency of people in the SLP.
Why do you want to tie us to decision?
Sitting on majority bench. When you associate, we represent the majority of the people there.
You know, from two sides.
It's a single side. You also ask a question, say.
You trying to give justification why they change.
You also ask a question, say.
Such a nomination.
The very clause 14 when they talk say 50% plus 1, where I see clearly
at this moment.
Definitely, the peace law for people after consulting our people, we are representing people. Remember?
We are representing.
After first reading,
we are representing who?
I want to know.
Maybe we are representing.
Honorable Emma Salami. So now the question is this: the question.
First moment this law come, some of we. I went to Koroma street. I got a huge town on which where in the APC people gave their opinion. PMBC gave their opinion. SLP gave their opinion. Women gave their opinion. And I'm telling you.
You engage the constituency or the district?
The entire district.
Okay. At this moment.
And they're all infused.
At this moment, the question is.
And the majority of Scandinavians, they say let confusion not come more among civil society. Let confusion not come more among interreligious. Let confusion not come among women.
At this moment. Let me ask you.
Let us all onto 32 because the president.
So you change.
Talking of. We can never change the best law for the people of Sierra Leone.
So you change.
I go ask himself say why 50% plus 1? You change for me.
At this moment, you not change.
The best law. SLP can never change. The best law. I go ask himself say sometimes in 2012. The SLP also push for this such amendment. APC say no, let it.
At this moment,
first clause
what are the laws that we think the APC been doing for? We wanna make remain at this amendments bill.
Or the synergy between APC and SLP they ask for.
The laws inside this amendment bill. When you think the APC been there for, when they support in favor of, when they been there during the debates, the first and second reading, the committee stage, and when the speaker be okay this bill, which of the laws that we did inside our amendment bill were okay?
When I carefully listen to the APC debaters on that, during that, on that very day, I realized that the acceptance of IBRAHIM and overseas, therefore come get right for a member of parliament, the APC, most of the debaters then, they say yes. As well as, of course, our government bench, then they definitely will accept. Because for many reasons, Samuel, looking at the remittances where Salon people they get from the diaspora, we also look at the total research on Kolama Blangu, which is going to be made on a solo council. We look at President Nigade, foreigner, we come and get citizenship in America, a big governor. So, it's never like an open game for people that are not to real citizens. We go all right. That's like the president, Jesus Malabiu, as well as admire. He did not only campaign on it, put it into building like today with the diaspora brothers and sisters. So, as this will get synergy. We also been get synergy on an independent candidate becoming flag bearer when the constitution say no, you go for belong to a political party. I think we all be accept that. I admire some of the synergy that we get. But one thing I feel so bad and feel hit below the belt at the APC, then force proposal, whether in the white paper or justice or government white paper by the president, former president, and by KOROMA, that the 55% is too huge, it's too high for let somebody be president. Let there be 50% for let somebody be president and 1%. APC can then deny. You see that?
So now go ahead with the 50 plus 1.
Definitely.
How about the PR system?
If I even recommend, it's clear. In fact, no waste the time, self. The 50.1 made me 82. No say 55%. I'm in ECOWAS Parliament. I get the privilege for listening to country report there every year, at least twice. It can be shameful. The one all ECOWAS, you cannot see no country where they still for 55% for they get president. Even when and Liberia are 50% plus 1. When and Guinea 50%. Even Nigeria, we're so populated. I'm talking of nearly 300 million population now. They say that there be simple majority, but with a caveat that 2/3 of electoral district, it will be winner, it will be won by the party who will win. Very clear. Can you imagine big country like Liberia? Ask yourself, Samuel. We still go with the draconic Meribon law of 55% for make president. The APC, then proposal list, then white paper confirmer. So for us, see the APC picking them, their own baby, then deny. So no one see that day. I feel so bad. And the good news here is we don't get aligned with many West African countries, not only West Africa, go beyond West Africa. 54 countries in the AU, we don't get in line with them today. We get 50% plus anyone let somebody be president rather than going to the long Marybone 55%. This, now like Sierra Leone join civilized country and delicate with this threshold. Okay. That's, I think, now a huge mark which Sierra Leone don't make delicate today. And many people making hard to hate on PR, proportional representation, even in getting our electors. Timbo, I mean to be the fifth parliament. Unfortunately, they don't fifth parliament. At the end of the day, the Public Election Act, let me quote specific reference to section 58.1, be very clear. And PR, many people don't know, I think that my think clear. It's not applicable to presidency. Quote me. PR not applicable to mayorship. Quote me. It's not applicable to district council chairmanship. Quote me. You're talking of this 2:1 ratio. It's only applicable to councillorship and honorable-ship. And I'm telling you, it is the best law. You're talking of women consisting of 52% then get population past mandate. For far too long, we made chauvinistic tendencies in this country them by pushing them, whether for symbol award, we get money past them, bullying them, we get tendency for provoke them, for intimidate them, laugh them. We have brought a law that can protect them. So no, you cannot go nowhere. And I'm proud to tell you.
But the same parliament female MPs them in the say, some of them in the say no rely on the PR system for the kind of parliament. And some say they get money past the mandate and what have you.
We go up kind of unfortunate again where sycophancy can be practicing, and the same woman that they talk to him they cannot be accepted to women. But where sycophancy overshadows somebody in arts that they fear for today. Samuel, what are the women percentage in 2018 election? 12%. See how ridiculous and if test might be. Today, I'm in ECOWAS. Most of the time, I get privilege for look at most laws them of all the country them and compare them to we. You're talking of a 30.4% women there today in Sierra Leone Parliament. Sierra Leone Parliament from 1961 to date, they not ever get that privilege day. But now, and if I will tell you for information, in the ECOWAS, now only Senegal get 42.2% women in Parliament. That only B3. We are second today. In fact, Benin Republic come after we with 27%. Okay. Can you imagine what a mark? Okay. You can never give women this opportunity if you put them on to bone with men. In fact, see what I want force. And then they bully them force. So these are the best law where the women them of Sierra Leone for celebrate and stand and clap for President Julius Malabio. Let me come. As I said before this time, with all the recommendation of the TRC, no president, not being get a liber for touch. That's it for even cabinet. For like a cabinet face. None of them. I give respect to former President Tijan Kaba, great respect. I also give respect to former President KOROMA, great respect. But I mean, get calling opportunity. Not like the women of Sierra Leone for clap for President Julius Malabio. I'm coming, Samuel, let me land. They make the women of Sierra Leone for clap for President Julius Malabio. Why not for clap for him? Because in anybody get for political will for women there. He said, you want it? I remember I'll take delegation. I'm a male champion, by the way, in Parliament. Now we just stand for the woman then, defend the woman the right. We followed the erstwhile mama of the house, the oldest MP, Honorable Veronica Kadisi, will be head of the delegation like was. You're going to make a humble plea, say, President, the women of Sierra Leone, they want this. He said, you want it? He said, go for it. And at the end of the day, I will tell you, why most men not be ever want for less in the light of day. I've been getting privilege also to know a leadership.
But
that bill,
as it is at the moment, there is no safe space for them. We see a female MP dying at Corona man representative.
Yeah, because there are lessons learned. Look at an isolated case. There are lessons learned of the 2:1. Okay. One in now, the lesson of line is that if women, definitely, you know, what kind of law, or if you can't law, salam alaikum. But the regulation will teach you and say, when women specifically die, definitely the women represent. But the 2:1. It helps the woman then for actually see the potential. Okay, thank you. 30.4%.
You know, this my honorable SLPP friends, then think that they're clever and try to fool the people.
We cannot.
I'll tell you this.
We are very sincere to the people. Make them vote
in. The system bring 30% for women and the GUA Act. Let that be clear. Not to PR bring women.
You get it all wrong. You don't even get the privilege for the parliament that 10 days. The PA didn't get privilege. The PA
in 1991 when they make constitution. Were you in parliament? You're talking about 1991 constitution.
The PEA, the Public Election Act, came before the GUE.
No, hold on. Let me tell you this also. Hold on.
The PEA, Public Election Act, we're in the future, it came before the GUE. For information.
So beyond this, not to PA, not to how they call them PR system, bring 30% representation.
We actually say 2018, how many percentage of women have been get? 12%, Timo.
I'll tell you how these guys cherry pick and act as if they're saints. You see when they talk about 50% plus one, they call Guinea, they call Liberia, they call neighboring countries that they're doing very well. We copy, we don't can join the global community. Our neighbors that they talk about, they say shameful for low use 55%. Ask them if not PR in Guinea and Liberia. Ask them if not PR in Ghana.
You're talking of 130 countries practicing PR more than 50 countries.
130 countries you call?
No, I don't want to give more research. You talk about PR, you're talking of 130 countries practicing PR as opposed to only 50 countries.
You're feeling uneasy.
Not easy. Now the misinformation, not letting people know. Now they correct the misinformation, Timo. Timo, now the misinformation you want to give people now correct.
Stop, Milano.
As a result of a
I feel a bastard.
No, I cannot.
So
anything I
the
say,
countries
just
the way mentioned.
Philabos and talk sense. Me, I talk sense. Anything I talk.
The countries we mentioned that they mentioned. So Guinea, na first past the post. Liberia, when our neighbors, na first past the post. Nigeria, na first past the post. Ghana, na first past the post. But these are countries the way they say, oh, they are progressive. What's different with we now? I'm not going to all length with inside this bill, but I'm bringing and come. And another thing I want to say, we don't accept, and I'm happy. And I want to let the entire nation know that the first people will begin change are the SLPP, members of parliament. It just don't talk said by the constitution. It said that parliament no more get the power for make law. It called Usman for the answer and name saying that they sign. But now he talk again say, he said no to them for make law. So all what they do, their proposals, parliament can change. And I accept that. Now they do with the rich parliament. The first paper, the first recommendation where they say the bill, the first proposal for such a nomination committee. My honorable member of parliament here, cleverly, they explain why they don't want her again. Then they change her. Not to bring the bill. And the Attorney General and Minister of Justice of the SLPP-led government. Now bring them with such a nomination committee. It's saying go to a community, go check. And people then tell us they don't want her. So you don't change. You don't change your position. No. For argument's sake, say Usman Fode has been signed a document when I'm 9 years old. Where some picking them way on 18 today. They were like 9 years old. They tell them done that in there. And these are the people who for begin vote from now. They don't even understand what's in an Edmond Cowan report. And constitutional living documents. And the good thing we get now that before they pass this law, we experiment the PR system. And we all don't see the teething problems the way it gets. If possible, not say, okay, I want this. But before they pass and then go experiment them, they no say no work well. There's nothing wrong for the person change, especially with the policy where he gets. The wife where then 2 days on partnership, or the husband where then 2 days on partnership, now first don't begin change. This time can happen as some host demo. Or on a day on partnership. As you take the first step, even though sometimes a bad step, or not a big step, but you take a they go so, they don't begin go so. If me go so, I go dog so, I won't go dog so. You want to blame me? Now you force. Let them left or lie to the people, say, how they say you lie, you're a honorable man. Let them left or tell the people, say, that APC change. They changed the very first clause where they said that bill, such a nomination committee for amend section 32 of the Constitution, Onadu and me fumble them. Now SLPP go to parliament, now they change. They say they don't want time. Now they will scatter. Now they will scatter. Now that 10 days where they come for vote on Nandi, now make us work out. Say, but we don't answer, we don't agree on this. We will come for vote now, and so we don't want time again. Why we force it with Una? Why we force it with Una? We now don't begin change.
Carmen, I think I have also correct this information.
Honorable, we don't get time at this moment.
Hey,
again, I throw this question.
Again,
I throw this question. The constitutional amendment bill, you think we're not getting right?
Definitely. Speaker Thomas is on record. The annals of history. Whoever commends Speaker Thomas for the preside over a constitution will not give new life to the people of Sierra Leone. Generally, what is bill short for? I will tell you a little thing.
In a few words.
Even in this country, we see them sack a vice president. This bill, you know, tell you say one single man, you not get the authority to for sack a vice president. Now who? Now what? I'm coming, Samuel. Now in this bill, the richness. I wish you could do more time in another day.
No.
But the richness of this bill, fine the conversation. The richness of this bill that you not going to know. Samuel, something happened in South Sudan. Where Salva Kiir sacking vice president.
There are very good things in
I'm
this
telling
bill.
you.
I will
what
tell
did happen? One
there
make
are very
an
good
unfashionable
things in the
Samuel.
bill.
So the bill
But
and make an unfashionable, not sacking vice president, they go bring war.
It was done.
Now the good
the sacking of the vice
Samuel,
president.
this bill, the goodness of
It was done, the sacking of the vice
They make an
president.
answer.
So you know what's not happen now? Like
Unfashionable, not sacking vice
the
president.
president can grab in the morning.
Let president.
Then just say, look, go
the
bill in the parliament, follow, extend
no
the life
way,
of the
no way. The president, where
cannot
the diplomat center this country,
we go allow.
If it's so dangerous,
With that being said,
if it's so dangerous, look out another war.
Are we shouting? Are we shouting?
We are not shouting. I'm a teacher, by the way. My background, I'm a teacher. So I don't use photo cloud. So let me show you. But I'm telling you, we're not going to unfashionable. Not sack Vice President again. They will count war. They will count war. No sack Vice President again.
I'll tell you.
Now in this bill, do.
This way you
it's
do.
not sack Vice President again.
It was past the sack President sack.
This.
Vice President.
No sack Vice President again. Now in this bill, don't do.
But time not the last.
They see the opportunity. I can't be MP. Now in this bill, do. All them Baba law then, the APC, they make sure the man police parliament, inside parliament. This bill, it's a lot of partisan again. I'm a member of parliament. This is for more. 1978 constitution, very clear. 1978 constitution. So the man police parliament, they just sit in parliament. This bill say, no, they're not for partisan.
Bye-bye.
Baba law the APC can give you local correct all. President Jesus Parliament.
So you know things maybe then put down there for please journalists and then bring this one for able old men at the back.
Let me go. No, please. I know what they make. I beg. We want to talk to people them, long way again the facts. Yeah?
Them two political parties, APC, SNP, anybody that say becoming a threat, then get way for fuse you or polarize you, let you lose your strength.
And again, this just brings me to the question of what they say for even they do local language in a school. How then they go compare with?
I think it's not a bad idea for local languages.
Why is not supposed to allow any school for submit to them when the school not get approval from MBSSC?
My job is to test the people who shape our country, socially or politically. We discuss important human interest issues. Hot seats, a platform to hear your views and opinions without fear or favor.
I talk about Arise, suicide government they play Anki Arise project.
Yeah. Mention also about parent issue.
Honorable parental don't pay that full amount into the ACC.
Una check usai pull money there for pay and quick?
No, check.
Why?
Wait, yeah. Listen. No, wait.
Again?
Wait, okay, I know they lost.